So this is Creativity, and Creativity also has the snippet on the top with different laces, and some are in the same color scheme. A couple of laces are the same as in Inspire, but mostly each one I found some different things to use, and then this one has embroidery, same as the other one, but it's a different part of that doily or cloth that I had. So this one has a tag with the title, Creativity here, and then has a bird on the front in that little window that I made, and it's backed with paper that you can write on. And over here we have some beads. Also, you can, I don't know where the beads like to jump on top, but you can put it wherever it is you like, really. And then it has this beautiful, beautiful shade of flowers over here, sort of bluish or teal. And then we also have a charm in the front, a leaf charm. So inside this one, here we have the, well, should I leave that for you? You might need it for something. I don't know. Here we have a little bit of that Botanical. Stretch right over this cardstock pocket. And then we have this notebook. And also this little collage here. And then with a little bit of bits that you can, glue somewhere else if you wish. So a little bit of a journal supply. Over here, we have a different lady, and she's in a garden. Well, because we're all trying to get into our gardens, but the last couple of days have been so hot here that really haven't had a chance to get out into the garden. And she fits here into this little cluster thing. And then this beautiful blue cardstock here, and a tab on top. Then a large journaling card with birds and a label with a little bit of a little bit more thread over it, with a little bit more words on here, and then paper ruffle. Some book pages over here on birds and plants, and here's stamping and ledger paper. This one has a little gold button on here in this beautiful cluster with different laces and so on. And actually this is, I see, it looks like it's a flower here, but it's actually from this side. And then the vintage gardening book and a poem book, and little tag over here. Not so little, I guess sort of medium, but it has a bird on it and some different things for you to look at. I like tags, as I mentioned before, that have a lot going on, so I can take my time and just look through it a little bit more closely. And this is a little pull-up with stamping, lined paper, and just goes beautifully offsetting with this vintage book paper. And then sometimes I cut it with those serrated scissors just for a little more interest or texture. Label here, and one of those flowers I made with a button, and then a tall tag. Fits well into this pocket. And some more laces over here on both sides on the paper bag, and some more flowers here, and as well here too, thread and eyelash trim, fabric, and so on. So here is a round tag, and then this little birdie collaged onto a journaling card, and then the flower here. And then for this one, there's like also made, and also written into, and just beautiful handwriting and so on. So it's just beautiful to stare at something like that, the beautiful lake. And then another one of these flowers, and a little bit of a writing label, sewn label. More flowers from a book, another label here, lined paper with stamping, and a page from a poem book, and then over here a little bit from a gardening book. And this one, on this ledger paper, you have this see-through pocket, and it's quite a sturdy plastic too, which is for one of those name holders, I guess. So you can take it off, whatever you want to do, put it somewhere else, or just leave it like this. And obviously it has lots more room in here, so you can stuff it with a little bit more ephemera, and birds, and flowers, how to treat flowers and how to prune them and so on. Little bits over here sewn in the back as well. And in this pocket, I give you a plain piece from a vintage book that you can cut out yourself, fussy cut, or however you want to use it, and put it somewhere else. And then from a day book and large label that you can also put somewhere where you wish. And then over here, this is another little tuck spot, and there's a bird here. And over here, my photography on this one here, the purple flower, and also a lace pocket. And then over here, we have some kind of writing, but it does have the flowers, and that's mostly why I took it, and why I printed it. And just to include here for a little vintage piece, it is a printed one, cardstock over here, and fabric tab. And over here, a label and a vintage postcard where, well, somebody's camping. I remember those days when we used to camp when kids are little. It was a lot of fun. But nowadays, I just prefer, maybe if I do go somewhere, maybe stay at an inn or stay at a hotel room instead. Yeah, I don't know how I did it before with 3 kids and a dog, and I don't know. It's a lot of work, camping. So anyways, paper ruffle here on graph paper, sewn bits, vintage book page, a little bit more stamping on ledger, and then over here, more birds, and a little tag over here. It does have cheesecloth over this picture, then over this collage, and then butterfly wings, and then a little more. So a lot of details into these things I put in as well. So any little bit, really, I put in. I try to use texture and color and so on. So lined paper from a date book and vintage book, and another cluster here. This one says create. Actually found create, so create goes with creativity, so very nicely. And then this beautiful cluster with a bit of shiny and a stamping on cabbage dyed paper. This is from the Indian paper pack as well, and handmade paper, just beautiful. I put this beautiful lace over it. Love this color of the sea blue or sky blue. And then a pocket here out of envelopes, and I've sewn around and put a little bit of embellishment here, and just some little bit of birdie on the bottom. It was from a post-it that I haven't used yet, and I thought, well, why not use it already? So some extra papers here and little pockets I made, and a paper flower. And then I did leave this one empty as well for you to fill. And some more. You can always glue something over it if you wish to write on it, because I give you some other things that you can use. And then this one also, flip pocket, and then inside this beautiful green leaf with a flower. And here as well, authentic book page here, and another authentic book page with a label. This is also authentic. And then a little bit of craft paper, and this ledger and this beautiful flower stamp holds this large, long, or whatever you want to call it, notebook with a lace cover and tucked inside here. And some more stamping, some more flowers, texture bits and collaging, and labels here. And this beautiful flower, large journaling card with some fabric on top, and here as well with a poem. Okay, and here is one of those again from my little close-up collection photography. And then this is a cluster. You can put something in, a little more birdie here, this beautiful cardstock. So over here on this one, we have another larger tag here with collaging and quite a bit of detail and sewing on it, and a label here. And then I found this, it's really like a calendar, blank calendar book, and I have many, they come in big sheets. I have many pages, and I just coffee stain them, and I love them. And of course you can use a different one for different day or different thought. And some paper collaging here, and this is a little pocket here as well with these beautiful flowers and a label, and butterfly book page here, and then another cluster here with a clover leaf, if you can see it there, with a clover leaf, and these beautiful laces and so on, some stamping, and a bird book page here, and a line page, some beautiful flowers, and some more flowers. And these laces on top of this ledger, and the bird here. Then over here I have some violets. These are from my Aunt Vera. She sent me some pictures and I used it in a collage. She has these beautiful ones in her garden, and sometimes they also spread into the grass and so on. So she does pick some sometimes just to enjoy the beauty inside. So she made this bunch for me, and then I just put it into collage and a little bit of a botanical background. So thank you, Teta Vera. And then inside I have a little bit something, if I can get to it, just a little card here that you can use. And then over here some more little notebooks and little sayings on the side, and some details here, and the paper flower. And this one, there's a couple of journaling cards. And on this side too is also that same bunch, but I just made it a little bit different with lined paper on here, on the top of a ledger, and then some stamping and so on. And a stamped bird here, and a little bit laces on top. Book page, lined paper, birds, from my own photo collection here that I cut out, and it just looks like a nice botanical pop of color. And then the stamp album here with some stamps in these different colors, and stamping here, butterfly. And here's this little tiny pocket with plastic on it. It's a see-through pocket with a tag with a nest on it, and also says creativity, which is the title of this journal, and inside a label. So every page pretty well is adorned with some embellishment and some collaging and so on. And here's this large tag with this beautiful flower. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but it's sewn over as well over some of the leaves for a little bit more texture. And a little notebook here in this tuck spot, and then botanical here. And then this is the flower in this one, with this folder with these different, this one has this collaged journaling card with a bit of lace on it, and then some cluster and other little labels and so on for you to use. So this one goes in this way. And so this is the end of creativity.